Alright, so I gotta back off here. So we got the Baron. So we're just looking for a window. So we're looking to take this inhibitor. We're playing smart here. We don't want to waste Baron funds. So I'm just gonna go over here. See, I see a window right here. Here I go. Down. Got 3 champions on me. Yeah, I'm gonna die for it. But hey, we got the Nexus, baby. The Nexus towers. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to end that game yet. So, welcome back to another Shrine Breaker video. We're gonna be talking about another Shrine Breaker playstyle. I just got done talking about the Rift Breaker playstyle and the Storm Breaker playstyle. The original Shrine Breaker is the Storm Breaker, and then it's the Rift Breaker. But now I'm going to show you a different Shrine Breaker playstyle with a brand new Season 13 item, mythic item, called Heartsteel, which is basically an item that allows Volibear to increase his size and basically take and soak damage from the enemy for his team. So when you're fighting for like objectives, Volibear will be able to block some damage as he dives in, and also when he dives in the towers and stuff like that. So this is pretty much like lower-sized Volibear kind of gameplay. So when you get a match like this with 2 Titans in the top lane, you know, 2 colossal giants. So we're calling this the Colossal Breaker. Is pretty much what we're calling this playstyle. So using Heartsteel, you got to get a matchup where, you know, you're versus like a tank or somebody who's not building Divine or Bladed or Ruin King, and then it's a safe go. Now, if you notice the matchup, we got SHRINE here, who tends to build Bladed Ruin King. So that could be a problem, but it's not too much of a problem because we're going to be in team fights. As long as we are hitting multiple targets with Heartsteel, you're gonna proc that bonus damage per target. Okay, so that's why you wanna team up with your team during the time of Dragon. This is the only playstyle that I recommend doing so. And also, the more champions you hit, the more health you're going to stack. And the cooldown is very similar to Demolish. Got like a 30-second cooldown, I believe. And it's perfect for the Shrine Breaker playstyle, as they can just, as Demolish charges up, you know, goes off cooldown, Heartsteel will be off cooldown as well, so you'll be able to dive targets on the tower. So in this matchup, it's going to be pretty boring because you got 2 tanks who, you know, very difficult to kill. So there's not going to be a lot going on. This is why I kind of recommend this is kind of the opportunity to build Heartsteel, because nobody's going to be able to kill you. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be building Heartsteel as well. But I choose this skin for the Colossal Breaker because in the splash it shows the Thunderlord Volibear fighting against Ornn, his brother, which are 2 giant colossal titans fighting each other. So it's just the perfect skin for this playstyle. So this playstyle is all about stacking health, and it goes really well with Overgrowth, and we got in our rune stats here. Per level health, it gets over 100 and something. So, you know, if you get like, you know, 200, 300, even more if you go into like extreme late game. And of course with Heartsteel you could stack quite a bit depending on how much team fighting you're doing. Alright, so go back and we're gonna get the bracer. It's gonna I always start out with the Bracer, even though if you can afford a Giant's Belt. The Bracer just provides so much. You get the 100% base health regen here, and 200 health. This is very good in combination with Second Wind. You got your mana, regeneration here pretty much, and you got your W heal, and you got your Graps heal, and if you take down the target, you get Triumph. So the difference with the Colossal Breaker in terms of runes, if you notice, the Stormbreaker and the Riftbreaker both are sorcery secondary, while this one is precision secondary. And the reason for that is because we're not really scaling the adaptive damage. We're actually focused on scaling health. So this build is the only build that does not build Nashes. It's focused on building just health items that scale off health. Just basically that's basically it. So we're going to be focused on getting the Heartsteel, Titanic, and then we're going to Hullbreaker, and then Styrax, Demonic. Those all scale. The only one that doesn't really scale is the Hullbreaker, but the reason why we use the Hullbreaker. So, by the time of Baron, you get that double buff on the Canyon or Super Minion. It's a must-have. So the attack speed, to make up for not running Nashes in this build. Let me explain something. Alacrity is going to make up for this. And believe it or not, this gives you actually a lot of early attack speed. So you already got 6% here. So you got 10% here. That's quite a bit. More than I would actually have out of the Stormbreaker and the Riftbreaker. Eventually, the Stormbreaker and the Riftbreaker actually have more because of Nashes and late game. But early on in the game, this is actually very good. And another reason why we're not going Nashes is because we're going to get so much attack speed from Demonic anyway, because of the amount of health that you stack with Overgrowth and Heartsteel. So there's really no need for it, so you get plenty from Alacrity and Demonic that scales off health onto Volibear's passive.
Killing spree.
So pretty much our goal here is just to pressure and farm and keep an eye on the jungler, like knowing where the jungler is. So we know shit went down here, so we can keep pressuring. And I always tend to wood here. And if the jungler comes here, it's not a big deal. All you have to do is retreat towards these bushes here. Use your E and your Q. You got your R to get away, and of course, you got your Ghost. And when you go on Heartsteel like this, you're going to be difficult to kill anyway. Oh. You can see overall my team is doing really good early. But you know how this works in the game. It can always turn at any point. One stupid move or somebody gets tilted. You always got to be ready. Alright, so the next item I tend to get is a Kindle Gem, because, ability haste is super good. You get extra health. Even though a giant belt gives like 350 health, it's a lot of health, but there's no other stats in it, so you might as well just benefit from the regen and the ability haste, and it's going to allow you to spam your W more. And as far as abilities go with this one, it's pretty much the same as the Stormbreaker. You wanna go E first, W, Q, max W, and then we're gonna max Q second. You always max Q second for the movement speed, and the main source of damage is W because you're building straight up health into AD most of the game, and then Demonic later, which is gonna give you a little bit of AP. And it's going to keep scaling the more health you get. but overall, you're just using it for the AoE damage. And a stronger E-shield in the late game on top of Steelix Gauge. So, that's pretty much it.
Shut down.
Oh. Oh. Ooh. So another mythic item that's really good into Cyan is Riftmaker. So you could go to Riftbreaker Playstyle into him. And actually, any of them, actually. Divine, Iceborne. Volibear doesn't really struggle against Cyan. Cyan's actually pretty easy. So this is probably the only playstyle where it does not hurt for Volibear to die, because once you get Heartsteel, as long as you're stacking health and you're pocketing that damage per target, you're doing a good job, because that damage is big. Once you get Titanic, it's really helpful for your team. If Volibear can charge in, attack multiple targets with that damage, it's going to make it easier for your team to get in there and execute. Especially when you get a Zed, who's already 5 kills. You know, he can just go right in there and just kill everybody when you charge in there and get everybody low enough. Zed's passive is just going to, take care of all that. And, the other play styles, I never recommend teaming up. I just always recommend pressuring. Except for the Stormbreaker. Stormbreaker can actually team up because of the CC that it provides. But I generally prefer to put pressure. So Heartsteel is just, like I said, it's a colossal kind of play style. It's a big bear. You gotta be the front line. You're the lineman. For your NFL team in League of Legends, you gotta get in here and take advantage of these objectives, especially the Rift. Unfortunately, looks like we're gonna lose this.
Blue team slain the dragon.
Well, we got the dragon, so that's good. Let's take a look at the attack speed there. We got 9%. So we're already at 19%. Actually, now that I think about it, Riftbreaker would actually be about the same. Because if you get Leech and Leo, you would have 19%, I think. And like a Blasting Wand. So it's about the same. So it's actually pretty damn good without having any AP. So this is one of the reasons why we're running Electricity. So now we got Heartsteel. We got a shit ton of attack speed for not having any AP. And, that's really good. You got the Swifties. It's important to be very fast on Volibear, and you can see him. He's zooming, he's just walking, pacing along. Let's see what we got here. Where's the movement speed? Why isn't that telling me? Oh, I'm dumb. Right over here, 400 movement speed. And when you're maxing Q second like that, it's just gonna be, zooming. And slow resistance in general is just really good for Volibear. Cyan has quite a bit of slow, and he uses that slow to, use his Q on you and knock you up, right? So being able to get out of that slow in time and dodge his Q is really good. Alright, so he has Heartsteel as well, so it's just time to start stacking health. And my goal is to get this tower and then group up for the next dragon. Wow. He's got Bladed Urn King. And if you look here, he's only got Shojin. Oh, I was not expecting him to start that. So this is very dangerous for Volibear's build, but wow, I was not expecting the Rift to be there. So I see Zed here. He pretty much had my back there. Fight Scion here. This is what I'm talking about. Multiple targets. So I see Twitch right away. It's like, oh, look at that damage. So you get that Heartsteel damage. You got the stacked health. Keep going. You got the W mark on him. Boom. And then we got the E shield. Plus we got second wind and the regeneration. You get the regeneration from Heartsteel as well. So that combination is it just makes you almost immortal. It's difficult to kill. So we got 60 stacks on there. Health. 60 health there. And we had charge attacks too. Damage dealt 360. That's quite a bit, you know. And it's even bigger when you get Titanic. And we want to pick this up. And now this combination with your passive, it's going to give you a lot of AoE damage on your auto attacks. So on hit. So you're going to be able to clear the wave faster without spamming your abilities and wasting your mana. Okay? So you're going to be able to put pressure and continue on to the second tower. But right now I'm trying to focus on getting the dragon, but I don't know what's going on here. Why are they up here? They don't need to be up here. So I don't know. He looks trapped, so I guess unlucky. So he dies there, and I'm like, okay. What's going on here? Triple kill, and Zed goes in here for what? No, we got quadra kill. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't want to give him a pentakill. Sion's taking my tower. What the hell am I doing over here wasting my time? My team just wasted my time. But that's okay. So we're good. This tower is almost just like one punch away. Okay? So
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
whatever, give that up, and I guess I'll just have to come back for the next one. We're already 2 dragons ahead, so it doesn't hurt to, you know, give that up. Alright, let's see what Sion does here. Oh, he's just gonna run away. Like a coward.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Where you going, rat? Damn, he got lucky. Alright, we should be able to get this tower. Oh my god, are you serious? No way. He just wasted his teleport. Unbelievable. And you know what's sad? It's unleashed teleport. That's bad. Uh-oh. Maybe I can make a play here, but I don't know it's warded. Alright, I see this little chicken. I might get that. Because you can stack health off of monsters as well and feed that overgrowth. So right now we have like a 188, which is really good at this time of the game. In combination with this, but I need to stack more of this. But unfortunately, nothing going on the map. Looks like we're gonna make a play here, which Sion's got ghost, so it's kind of difficult to stop him. Yeah. But his plan is to use the Rift, so we're gonna crash this in here and then crash it in here, which we can certainly do with the Volibear diving in with his ult. Here we go. I always like to dive in at the same time as the Rift. I'm gonna charge here and I got my E shield. Boom. Uh-oh, looks like we're getting... What's going on here? What's my team doing? What are you doing?
Shut down.
My team needs to push. When they see this pressure happening, they need to keep applying the pressure there. So, you know, when the enemy move like that, you need to punish them for it. You know, I just never understand why these players just don't know that. Like, they can't just try to save everybody. They need to put pressure, punish people. Who cares if we die? As long as you're taking towers, I mean, the tower did fall, so I'm kind of happy about that. Zed put pressure here. But no big deal. Unfortunate, because if they stayed mid, we would have been able to take this tower. Alright, so I got Titanic now. This is the real power spike. So we got 127 health down there, 218 on overgrowth. I mean, that's another item worth of damage being applied to Titanic. And during the when he ults during that time, when he ults crashing down on enemies or towers, he does more damage with Titanic. So, you know. Alright, so the focus here is pretty much team up, get more stacks. I hit one. I just gotta hit more targets. That's fine, we'll just back up here, wait. I'm gonna go back in. It doesn't matter, as long as you hit people, you got the damage off on that, that's okay. I'm gonna get another stack there, so I got some health. And they're low, so my team should be able to finish them off. And there you go. Oh, well played. And now I'm up to 271. And Dragon's up. Alright, he's gonna keep pushing. And another thing I want to talk about is I got this potion here to drink or whatever. If you drink this and you gain health. Okay, it's basically like having another Stormbreaker. Your ult. Oops, I'm on the wrong person here. I gotta wait for me to spawn. But anyway, so basically what this does is this gives Titanic more health, which means more damage. So when you ult plus have this, that's like what? 350 here plus 300 here, so that's 650 health. Plus the Heartsteel health, plus the overgrowth. It's a lot of damage during your time of your ult. And also, not only that, you give Demolish even more damage. So you're going to be, you know, one-shot those shrines. Alright, so it looks like the jungler got caught here. This is going to be an easy dragon for us. So now I'm up to 308 health. We can Baron after this. We definitely can. Look how big I am. Huge. I'm a colossal. And I only have one item. So when I get like a Hullbreaker and fucking, you know, Steerax Gauge, okay, I gotta transform a big bear. It's time for Baron. You know, we're gonna be huge. Oh, now we got the Baron. I would prefer to have Hullbreaker by the time of having Baron. I usually do. But the reason why I don't is because I'm not fed enough. So in the early game with Scion, it's kind of boring. You can't kill him. That's fine. There's no rush. You can always get the Baron next time around too. But essentially what you want to do with a Hullbreaker is you apply a double buff to his canyon. You know, you make them jacked as Volibear is right now. And, you know, you just take that wave and you just put all that power in. If you click on this canyon here, you can see how much damage it does. If you add your Hullbreaker on it, it's even more. So I'm just patiently waiting right here. So I'm going to charge in with Ghost and Ignite and kill the Twitch with my ult. That's my goal. Here we go. Boom! The classic Shrine Breaker combo. Oh my god. should be able to take this tower. No problem. There's nothing he can do about it. Do that damage in one auto. Imagine if it was my Q and a bit more damage. Yeah, we're gonna full on get the stack here. We want that stack. Oh, he ran away. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get him. We'll be able to take the inhibitor and just get the fuck out of here. Let's see what Demolish damage is at 1,739. That's huge. It's big. It's only gonna get bigger the more health we get. Okay. So soon enough, by the time we're ready to take down the Nexus towers, we're gonna have one big punch on these towers. Because his ult, pretty much by that time, that's about the same amount of damage. Right now it's at 1,159. So when we get the Hull Breaker and Steer at, it's going to bump up to probably 1,500. You know, Demolish is dealing way more than his ult right now. It's insane. So that's why I always recommend Demolish. Like, people underestimate it. And the difference is, compared to Rip Breaker, is yes, the Rip Breakers you have an insane amount of attack speed, but the amount of autos that you're applying to the tower is a lot in comparison. Okay, hang on, we got some fight, got some action going on here. I'm just gonna stack as much health as I can. Boom. We're surviving, That's alright, as long as I apply the damage. Okay. Instead, ooh, nice. Okay. Hey, that worked out. So now we got 348. Science surprisingly got a little bit more than me. That's fine, not a big deal. And we got the super minions up here, and we should. We're so close to getting the Hull Breaker. And when I have the Hull Breakers, you want to be up in this lane.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Or this lane. Either or, doesn't matter.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
I wanted to check how much attack speed I have right now. So I have 18%, so we're at max attack speed on this, plus 10% here. And our passive gives 6%, so that's quite a bit for, you know, a tank build like this. I definitely recommend if you go in tank or something like this, you want these rooms. If you don't have any AP or Nashers, this is the way to go. I'm big boy. All right, so I'm basically waiting for the dragon. And I'm going to keep the pressure here because I got the Hull Breaker. I don't know what that's doing. That's going on. For some reason, he's going. He ults the Saya. Why? And he dies for no reason. I'm going in like a dumbass. I pop my ghost and I get the hell out of here and change my mind. Jungler's going in there like a dumbass. What's going on here? So, okay, so we're going to be smart here and just kind of like, you know, oh, we see the rat here. I'm going to try to kill him. Oh, okay, flashed out of my ult. Alright, got that stack. Got this stack. Alright, he gets away. That's fine. I already used my ult, so I'm just going to wait patiently. Go back to farming. We got the Baron coming up. So you can see 434 plus 297 plus 133. I mean, that's a big ass item. Big ass health item. Alright, so we got the Baron. We're definitely going to do this. So this is where we get the double buff. The Jack super minions. Alright, so I'm just gonna kinda like keep the pressure here. Okay. Zed doing work here. Alright, so I gotta back off here. So we got the Baron. Yeah, pretty much had a distraction for them to do the Baron. So we're just looking for a window. So we're looking to take this inhibitor. We're playing smart here. We don't want to waste Baron fun. So I'm just going to go over here. See, I see a window right here. Here I go. Boom! Demolish. We'll be able to take this down. We got 3 champions on me. Yeah, I'm going to die for it. But hey, we got the Nexus, baby. The Nexus towers. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to end the game yet. So we got the inhibitor. Holy shit. Gonna work on this tower. Alright, so at this point, we're pretty much focused on building Steerax Gauge. So you sell the Dorns and you get a Blasting Wand, that's going to build into Demonic. So, you know, selling that Dorns Ring and getting Blasting Wand, that's going to give you a little bit more attack speed on the passive. But we're just going to focus on getting Steerax. So we can get that Lifeline Shield with all the health that we have. Alright, here we go. And this is the only build that I do, the only playstyle that I do not get the sorcery pot that I would drink with Nashes. So I just stick with the Iron pot and you know, get that extra health. All right, so we're looking to make a play on Lucy here again. Where you going, boy? And get a classic execution here. Boom! He got Shine Breakered. Alright, so this is fine. I don't care. I'm gonna get some more health. Let's see, let's limit test. Oh, you're dead. Let's see how long we can survive here. Got the E shield. Got the W, got the regeneration. Oh yeah. Got help from my teammates. And got Triumph heal. The Triumph is what's making the difference here after each takedown. You see that little bit of health makes all the difference in the world. And that's the end of the game, baby. Imagine if I had Steerax. Imagine. So you can see the CS is pretty up there. You know, you can farm quite a bit with Titanic. But yeah, that's pretty much the Colossal Breaker playstyle. So check it out in my guide to learn how to play it. This video will be up there as well, so you can kind of like walk through and you know, understand how to play it, as well as learn from my other playstyles, the Riftbreaker and the Stormbreaker. 2 entirely different playstyles, but they're pretty much the same. The goal is to ult the Nexus towers as always, but you have to play them differently. So, like the Stormbreaker is obviously really good into AD matchups, and the Riftbreaker is obviously really good into like tank or some AD matches, but it's mostly a sustain type split push kind of playstyle, while the Iceborne is the Stormbreaker playstyle is more of a like both. You can split and you can team up because the Mythic provides so much damage reduction and CC. While the Rift Maker is not the Rift Breaker playstyle is not really good in team fights. It's generally good solo split pushing because of the insane amount of sustain and attack speed he gets off the minion waves and stuff. Um, and the Colossal Breaker is just um, really good for both. Like pretty much the same as the Stormbreaker. The only difference is you got to be careful with the percent health damaged items. You can't base those comps in the top lane. So if you're facing somebody like Jax with Divine, you might be in trouble. So that's the only thing is, so you got to make sure you got the right matchup for those play styles. But you can see the amount of pressure that we're putting on the map here. This is what you want to do with the Volibear. Objectives is normally second thing I look at, but our jungler is doing a fantastic job, and so was the enemy jungler. You can see she got the first rift, so that's part of the reason why this my objective thing is down. When you give the Volibear both of the rifts, this would be through the roof because he can pretty much plow through the top lane or any lane uh, very quickly. Next, with this, I would probably look at probably this. Like, obviously, I would have the most because I'm tanking for my team. And you can see Cyan has quite a bit too. You're going to see that. Um, so, yeah. Here are the runes. This is what I recommend playing for the Colossal Breaker when you run in a tank build like this. You need the attack speed to make up for the lack of no Nashers in this playstyle. Then the Triumph combination in all this health restoration, not health restoration, but regeneration in combination with the health restoration is just it keeps Volibear in the fight longer. He's got his W heal, and obviously you can increase that with Spirit, but I just don't play it because I feel like he just heals enough, and I just rather deal as much damage as humanly possible. And like I said, this is the playstyle where it doesn't matter how many times you die. As long as you're getting stacks and you're dealing damage, to everybody is per target. So you got to make sure you're hitting per target to, you know, get the best value out of this. Because all this does is make Volibear even stronger. Okay, so don't be afraid to die. Get out there and kick some ass, and just know that the next time you get out there, Titanic is going to be even more of a bitch, and you're just going to slap everybody to hell. So yeah, that's this play style here. So be sure to check out my guide and give this a run.